It's great because one of the things I love about being a mom is that it has made my comedy so much stronger. Because my children are excellent hecklers. There is nothing anyone can say that has crushed me the way someone who was slid out of my vagina. Yeah, it feels like the call is coming from inside the house. My child who is on the autism spectrum, some of her helpful feedback has been, you can stop talking because I don't find what you're saying useful or interesting. Or how about this one? I just don't always like your personality. And finally, you know you're gonna die first out of all of us. I mean, honestly, I could go on Kill Tony and be like, bring it, like nothing. I just, rubber glue. I've learned how to be much more compassionate because there are things that a lot of people take for granted, just going through life. And then for some people, it can be a debilitating experience. So, okay, if I were to threaten to chew some gum right now, I heard, okay, whose butthole just clenched when I said that? I have a family member who has misophonia. And if you're not aware what misophonia is, it's when the sound of someone chewing or humming or sniffling, or sometimes just even the sight of this about to happen, creates like a fight or flight response. And they feel like they're in danger. And so, instead of being like, oh, do you mind chewing with your mouth closed? It's like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Okay. And it's realizing that it's hard to be a human, full stop. It is exhausting. But trying to sort of keep everything calm, I realize I have to be very on. I'll give you an example. I was picking up my child from a play date, and my misophonic child, and the other parent was talking and talking and talking, and daughter keeps pulling on my hand because she was done. The other mom's talking and talking, and I didn't realize right away, but she did, that the other mother was chewing gum while she was talking. And there was a pause in the conversation, and from down here, this small child pops up. If someone gets stabbed, people think you should pull the knife out right away. But actually that's not true. You should leave the knife in, because otherwise they'll bleed out and die faster. True fact. This is true. True fact. Also, that was my cue, being like, okay, you know what? It's time for us to go. But that's progress, right? It's like having the thought, or admitting you have a thought, is different from, say, hitting the person with a hammer. No judgment. But yes, I also want to give a shout out to all of the people who love someone and care for someone who is neurodivergent or has different needs, because it's sort of like, it's sort of like you were put in an advanced placement class, in like German that you didn't sign up for. And everyone else you know is in like regular Spanish and already speaks Spanish and like doesn't have homework on the weekends. No, you had a report due yesterday. There's a quiz right now. You're gonna fail. And no, I feel good about my parenting. I will say I give a shout out to all teachers and support staff who help, because I know as someone who was neurodivergent but not diagnosed until the 1900s, the 1990s, my teachers did things like made fun of me to my face, spanked me. Yeah, I got spanked on the last day of first grade in front of the entire grade. Spoiler alert, I did grow up in Florida. Yeah, and I just want to say, like, there's something about like being willing to go and talk to someone who maybe you're not sure if they're going to pick up on your cues, right? And that can be difficult. But I don't understand how any of us pick up on each other's cues. You realize we all we say one thing and we don't mean it? Like sarcasm. Yeah, sarcasm is very dangerous. I used to have a much more sarcastic voice. And then I realized I needed to work on it because it was a liability to me getting work. 911. What's your emergency? Yeah, no, that did not go over well. Anyway, so I just want all of us to be proud of ourselves because, again, being a human is woo. And the last thing I was going to say is that I do think a lot of the stress we all carry is because we're all afraid to fart in public. And I give you all permission to fart in public. And just know, if it smells, it's only because of shame. So, no shame, you guys. Do it. Proud of you. Thank you so much.